Not 30,000.
Yeah, 45,000 at 60.
Yeah,
So
60, 40%.
30,000 for the remaining
Okay.
40.
Bedford, this place is fairly big.
And that's a no.
60, and that's a no. A big no.
That may be the biggest no left.
Yeah.
Really hasn't moved in a long time. It's been around 84% for the last 15 minutes.
Right. Kim says, everybody brace for Trump's late night tweets.
This one's going to be hard to spin. I mean, you know what they're going to say. You know, illegitimate, confusing, busting the bipartisan consensus in Virginia, none of which will mean anything.
Right. I'm checking Trump's Truth Social now.
Oh.
The ads on Truth Social are just insane.
Really? I've never looked at it.
His last tweet was about Iran 21 minutes ago. Oh my God.
He's not selling Bibles.
He said, Iran doesn't want the Strait of Hormuz closed. They want it open so they can make $500 million a day, which is therefore what they are losing if it's closed. They only say they want it closed because I have totally blockaded, closed. So they merely want to save face. People approached me 4 days ago saying, Sir, Iran wants to open up the strait immediately. But if we do that, there can never be a deal with Iran unless we blow up the rest of their country and their leaders included. That was his last True Social post.
And what the hell did that mean?
Not a whole lot of nothing, basically.
Oh, sure was. Didn't even make sense, but we'll leave that aside. So no movement. You need to call Fairfax again. This is getting silly.
Hi, I'd like to speak to Fairfax, please. Hello? I'm just getting
not answering.
A busy signal. Yeah.
They're too busy
counting
trying
votes.
To find the votes.
Right.
Crazy.
Massive dumps.
Are they further behind any other county?
Let's see.
There any other county under 50?
Franklin City is at 0. I don't know where that is.
I don't know.
But Franklin City.
Let me see how many votes they have. It can't be many.
No, it's tiny. Yeah. Other than that, they are the lowest percentage in. Other than the
Franklin City.
Isn't that right on the border of Tennessee?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone in our audience knows. But hang on.
I'm hanging on.
How many votes did Franklin City cast in the 2025 Virginia governor election? $2,900 votes. I don't think we need to worry about Franklin City.
2,900?
2,900 total votes.
It's right here.
Oh, it's in the North Carolina border?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's... Oh, Harris won it.
Oh.
Imagine that.
Right. It's a small city where black residents are the largest racial group.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
But it's only 2,900 votes, so... Isle of Wight. Love it.
I've never heard of that before, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
The Isle of Wight County.
Isle of Wight. Out there in the bay.
What's a rural ex-urban county? What does that mean? Ex-urban. Like it used to be urban, but now it's rural?
It's rural, but not far from a city.
Oh, okay.
It's not far from Norfolk.
Right.
It's not quite a suburban, but still it's... Oh! We're now at 1.6.
87% of the vote is in.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to be far off from my 10 point. You know, it might be 7, might be 8.
Right.
It's not going to be 3 or 4. I mean, it's already almost 2, and there's still 13% yet to come. All right, it's now 1.8, and there's still 13%.
Right. 87% of the vote is in. The yeses are at 50.9%. The noes are at 49.1%. The Associated Press has called it for the yeses. He called it for the yeses at 7:15, but we are still interested in the margin of victory because that'll tell us a lot.
But no one's ever going to care what the margin of victory was. It's not a candidate election. The only thing that matters is they'll be able to redistrict. End of story.
True.
No one is going to care what the margin is.
I sort of care. It's interesting.
You'll forget it in a week.
Yeah, I'll forget it in 24 hours. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm still interested in it.
Yeah.
We have over 2,500 people watching. If you haven't liked the stream yet, please do so. It helps us a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Turn on that notification bell so you know when we're live.
This is one of the biggest referenda the country's ever had in an individual state. Because while it only affects policies within Virginia, the implications are nationwide, right, Sam?
Is it bigger than California's referendum? Or is it the
It's
same?
about the same. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Those are probably the two biggest, state referenda that have broad national implications.
I think the U.S. should have more referendum. I kind of like referendums.
Yeah, but they're tricky, though, because big money can really
That's
dominate
true,
these
yeah.
referenda.
That's true. That is an issue that I don't
That's
support.
a huge issue. In fact, big money is just an enormous blight on our politics.
No doubt.
As you said, so much of it is dark money.
You can't even track it.
No, you have no idea where it's coming from.
It's so weird. It just doesn't seem right.
Well, blame the Supreme Court. The critical decision was Buckley v. Vallejo back in 76 or 77, in which they equated spending money with speech. So that
Right.
spending money was under the aegis of First Amendment protections, making it very difficult to control it. Then you had Citizens United in 2010, which opened the floodgates to corporate uncontrolled spending because corporations were considered for legal purposes to be de facto persons.
That's the crazy one to me. I mean, like, I can maybe see how you could argue that maybe money is speech in a certain way. I mean, I still don't agree with it, but the idea that
I don't agree with that either.
I don't, but I mean, the idea that a corporation is a
person.
human, I mean, that's just
Yes.
insane.
Pseudo persons.
Right. That's just
Yeah.
insane.
It is insane. But
Well-
that's something that goes all the way back to late 19th century jurisprudence. Your dog has been really good. Has he been zonked out?
He's now aware a little bit. He's looking up. Hey, Bubs.
Do you want to show him to the people?
Yeah, I'll
or
show him to the people now. He's up.
Is he's up?
Geeks, you want to say hi? Come here. He's not budging.
He's not budging. Our dog is a great dog, but he has a mind of his own, doesn't he?
No doubt.
He does not always listen.
We are now at 88% of the vote in. The yeses, which have already been called as the winner, but we're just waiting for the margin of victory. It's at 50.7%, the yeses. The noes are at 49.3%. The yeses have won, which means that there will be redistricting in the state of Virginia, which will flip 4 Republican-held districts.
That's the theory.
Well, yeah, in theory.
As we know, that doesn't always work out that way.
In theory. Well,
in theory.
Thanks for correcting me, Pops.
It's okay. Do we have any questions from our
I haven't been looking
crew
at the
here?
chat. What's up, crew? Where you
This
at?
hasn't moved really in a long time.
Right.
Still been about 1.4, 1.6.
CNN has now called it. Would you
CNN has not called it?
has now
Oh, now called
Called
it. A little late. All your millions of dollars, we beat you on a shoestring.
Danger Aaron says, "Thank you for the coverage and the early call. I look forward to reading my copy of Conservative at the Core."
Oh, super.
Raise back says, they donated and they said keep the chairs.
They do have a certain cachet, don't you think?
They say it's good luck.
Yeah, I don't like to change up things if we don't have to. That's a very good point.
G Bry 71 donated $5. Thank you so much. Would you agree that Trump has got us into a quagmire? He thought it would be easy like Venezuela.
He's probably the only one, he and Hegseth, who thought it would be easy, who thought, you win a war by bombing them. No wars have ever won by bombing alone.
Right.
Maybe, Bosnia, but that was a very special circumstance. We dropped more ordnance on the little country of Vietnam during the Vietnam War than we dropped on all the theaters during World War II. And what happened in that war, Sam? Who won that war?
I wasn't listening.
Who won the Vietnam War?
Oh, not us.
Not us, despite all that bombing.
G. Bry says, have you focused on the wording on the question made it look like, do you want fair elections, which is misleading? Yeah, I think a lot of people on the right are going to argue that, but it's not going to.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Argue all you want.
The
verdict of the people is clear. And it's not going to be, a nail biter. It's not going to be, 1/10 of 1%.
This is breaking sports news. Victor Wembanyama has entered concussion protocol and is out for the remainder of Game 2.
Oh, no.
Victor Wembanyama. He plays for the Spurs, if you don't know.
That's the problem with these huge guys.
Right.
They're always hurt.
Right.
It's very difficult to keep a body that big healthy.
Wow, the 76ers are beating the Celtics. They're in the
awesome.
They're in the fourth quarter.
What's the score?
91-84. 8 minutes left in the fourth.
Well, it's not a foregone conclusion.
Right. I mean, but they're winning.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Still at 88%. It hasn't moved in like 20 minutes.
Move, guys.
All your phone calls to Fairfax have done no good.
Oh, Franklin City is now 36% in.
Yeah, 950 votes.
Hey, every vote matters.
Right.
Have some respect for Franklin City, man.
And Fairfax is still at 51?
No, Fairfax has gone up. Fairfax is now at 76.
Wow. And you can see it's like 115,000 vote net.
Right.
For yes.
It's still pretty close though with Fairfax now at 76.
Yeah, but that's still the most votes, remember.
Right.
And it's still below the 88.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know where the other 12% is. I guess Richmond and Henrico.
I mean, there's still a lot of counties that still have.
Not that many.
Not that many, yeah.
Not that many.
Something just changed. I don't know what.
Chesterfield.
Richmond City is still at 60.
Yeah, still a lot of votes to come. And what's Henrico at?
Let's see. Henrico,
right?
82.
Yeah.
60% in from Richmond. Oh, Fairfax is not. Oh, no. I was looking at Fairfax is still at 76.
There's still close to 100,000 votes to come in from Fairfax.
You sure about that? 100,000?
Yeah.
Total, you're saying?
Total.
Yeah, okay, total. Let me check the chat. Check the chat. Say that 100 times fast. Speaking of 100, I wanted to give another shout out to Paul P., who made a $100 donation tonight.
Nice.
We really appreciate that. Yeah, Richmond will be mostly yes.
Yeah, there's still only about 200,000 votes to come in, something along those lines.
Dorinda says, I just happened to come across your channel. Thank you. It's nice to have somewhere I can see votes and understand. Well, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That trad wife chick says, VA has absolutely lost. How heartbreaking.
What does that mean?
I guess they were hoping no was going to win.
I guess.
For some reason, I don't think a person who names themselves that trad wife chick is even a woman. I think that's a man.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
I think that's a man.
Or a troll.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're a man trolling as a trad wife chick.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we call all elections? Most, yeah. We follow, at least in the U.S., we pretty much call all the elections. Internationally, we call most of them. We just called the Hungarian one recently,
Right.
Viktor Orban. Wife troll man chick. That's hilarious.
Yeah, there aren't that many more votes to come in. 300,000. That's
Shout out to
all.
DSW.
Yeah, I think it'll hit around 3 million. Just a lot. It's a very good turnout.
So we're at 89% of the vote in, 50.8% on the yeses, 49.2% on the noes.
And most of the rest coming from Fairfax, Henrico, and Richmond, right?
76% in from Fairfax, 82 from Henrico, 60 from Richmond.
Yeah.
Um,
So they're all behind the
Frederick
89.
Frederick County still has only 52 in, and they're a plus
It's
42
not a huge
no.
number of votes, though.
Not huge, but it's not nothing. I mean,
No, but it's not enough to make a difference.
probably not.
That's a big no.
This is tiny county, tiny county, tiny county, tiny county, tiny county.
How much is it in Chesterfield? That's not
Six,
so small.
62. Yeah, it's not so small. 62% of the vote in from Chesterfield.
Yeah, there are some small counties that still have a lot of votes to come in, but they're all small.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah, as you were saying.
Bland County.
What county?
Nothing. I'm just
Oh.
making fun of things.
Show that again.
What are you looking for exactly?
Yeah. So the fewest votes in is Frederick, which is heavily no. But it's only about 40,000 votes total or less.
Right.
Franklin is about the same, but it virtually has no votes.
Right.
Shenandoah,
Tiny.
virtually no votes. Suffolk, yeah, these are really small.
Suffolk's not tiny.
Not tiny, and it's +4 for
Yeah,
yes.
it's +4, yes.
But it's not. It's
there
not
are two
huge.
down here that are maybe a little.
Chesterfield is really the biggest.
What about these two?
And
Rockingham and Augusta. They both have 64% in, and they both have over 20,000 votes.
Yeah.
You know, and they're +50, +61.
But Fairfax at 76 already has more votes in than any other county.
Right.
By a long shot.
Fairfax has almost 300,000 votes in.
Yeah.
And 67% of the total vote in.
Right.
Still at 89%.
Still at 1.6.
Right.
So at what point do you want to close out? We just went up.
91% of the vote is in. It is now at 51.3% for the yeses.
2.6%.
Right. 48.7% for the noes.
It could go to 53, I'm telling you.
You're telling me that?
Which is really close. That's 8. Fairfax is what now?
94.
Oh.
It's basically in.
Basically in. So it's probably not going to change much. That's why it jumped.
Yeah. There's a lot of no's in Fairfax, though. Over 100,000 no votes in Fairfax.
Yeah, but look at the net.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying.
I don't know where 9% is left, frankly.
It's
It's probably scattered all over.
Yeah. It's scattered among these counties, I guess.
Yeah.
James City, Pittsylvania, Albemarle, Winchester, Henrico, Bland, Augusta, Rockland, Russell, Chesterfield, Richmond, Henry.
Richmond is only 60%, huh?
Yeah. Lynchburg, Campbell, Suffolk, Shenandoah, Franklin City, and Frederick.
It's just scattered all over there.
Scattered between all those counties.
But even though, what'd you say, Fairfax is how much in?
94, I think. 94.
Yeah. Still, 20 some odd thousand votes to come in there.
It just jumped again. Oh, the yeses went down a little bit.
0.1%.
Right. I think this is going to end up being pretty close.
New York Times said 52.
Right, we're getting close to that.
Yep. Are we going to hang to the end or?
It's up to you.
I think,
we're at 94. Let's just hang to the end.
all right.
You can go to the bath if you need to go to the bathroom.
But
or something.
your calls to Fairfax finally came.
I know, finally.
Meant something.
Jeez.
They finally had a big jump.
You can also, if you need to stretch your legs for a second.
I'm all right.
You're all right? We just saw another dump.
Nothing
but
changed.
Nothing changed. Massive dumps. Fairfax is still at 94.
Which is still a good number of votes. That's still over 20,000 votes. Probably the largest pure number yet to come.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe Richmond.
Maybe Richmond. Let's see. Richmond's not that big.
It's not small.
They've got 45,000 votes.
Yeah, so it's 75,000 votes.
Remaining.
Another 30,000 to come.
Yeah, 30,000 votes remaining. So that is more than
Fairfax. Yeah, it's close, but a little more.
We've got 94% of the vote in, so we're getting very close, folks.
Very close.
It's currently
the margin may change, but the results are obviously mathematically impossible to change.
Right. The yeses have won. That means Virginia will get redistricted for
projected.
I was gonna say that. Man.
Oh,
you didn't let me finish. I was thinking of the right word.
Of course. You snooze, you lose.
Oh man.
All right, I need my soda.
Soda.
Let's
see.
Although the margin doesn't matter, I'm glad to see it's not, 0.2% or something like that, where it really could be questioned.
Yeah, exactly. This is a healthy enough margin.
So it can't be questioned, yeah.
It's close, but it's not, it's
not an eyelash. It's 70,000 votes.
Yeah.
Incredible turnout.
Yes, seriously. I mean, like we said, we were talking about the amount of money and fame that's been poured into this election. Maybe that got people out. I mean,
no, I think it was the issue.
You think it was the issue itself?
Yeah, I think it was the issue itself.
But Obama was on our TV.
Yeah. Obama. You don't see that too often.
No.
Still sitting at 94, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing's moved. There was still a good number of votes from Henrico. 18%. That's going to be another 15 to 20,000 votes.
Yeah, true. Shenandoah is now the lowest percent in.
Yeah, but it's a little small.
Oh, Shenandoah.
Suffolk is not tiny.
You interrupted my
sorry.
my singing.
Yeah,
Suffolk is not tiny. It's yes plus 4.
Yep.
57% of the vote is in. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you.
Pretty damn good. I think you should be on the circuit.
Probably.
Still at 94. Still at 1.6.
If you're just tuning in, the yeses have won.
When do we call it?
You call it at 7:15.
And what time is it now?
It's now 9:20.
So over 2 hours ago?
That's wild, man.
And all the outlets just called it a few minutes ago.
Crazy. I thought that was crazy, but you were right. So
yep. Well, I was looking at the distribution of the vote, which is always the key.
Right, and you were looking at
and
population.
With nothing in from Fairfax, just no way that lead was going to hold.
Makes sense. Makes sense, pup.
Yep.
You want to come say hi to people?
Yeah, come say hi. You're not budging, huh?
Let's see.
They all want to see him.
You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. He's rolling over. He wants me to pet his tummy. Hey, you want to say hi?
He doesn't.
I don't want to yank him off his bed. You know.
No, don't yank him.
He's pretty much rock solid on there right now.
He hasn't made a peep though in over 2 hours.
No.
That's pretty good.
Shenandoah, I long to hear you.
Don't push it too hard.
Yeah, I think that last part I'm going off. I'm doing.
Any questions
Let me see.
from our up? Nope, nothing changed.
Oh.
Still at 1.6. 90,000 votes. 95,000.
Someone said they're shocking. It's shocking how many no's there were.
Not
I mean-
really. This was, not a non-controversial maneuver.
Right.
There were, arguments against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, they're very legitimate arguments. In the context of the current landscape of the country, they're not.
Right.
But
Right. And remember, Virginia's not an overwhelmingly blue state. They call it, light blue.
it's pretty blue.
Pretty blue. Plitty.
Hello.
Just had a Republican governor.
Well, Maryland has had Republican governors. It's pretty.
Not right now, but yeah, we have had. That's true.
Massachusetts has had Republican governors.
Yeah.
Someone said this was a sucky. Yeah, this was a sucky maneuver, just necessary like a colonoscopy. That's
Pretty
a good,
much.
That's a good analogy.
Yep. Oh, we're at 95.
Oh,
Went down, though. The
Oh.
yeses went down by 0.2.
interesting.
Check out Fairfax.
Fairfax is done.
No, they still
All
have
right,
6% is not
6%.
nothing
Okay.
in Fairfax. When you're talking about 400,000 votes, that's 24,000 votes.
Henrico's at 82. Richmond's at 60.
Still at 60. Hasn't moved. Must have been some of the Republican counties that moved.
Right. This county, Augusta, is still a no county that has 64% and that has some population. Yeah, most of the county.
Suffolk, go up. But that's a yes county.
It's a yes county.
Shenandoah has no people.
Yeah. The only other county is Augusta on the no side that has still some votes to come in that might, that could maybe affect things a little bit.
Maybe.
But probably
Not even maybe 0.1% or something.
Yeah.
As I said, the bottom line is we don't care. I mean, it's nice that it's not so close
Yeah.
as to call into question the result. But beyond that, it doesn't matter. No one's going to remember. All they remember is the redistricting. You started it, Trump. Be careful of what you wish for. And I've talked about this a lot.
Okay.
For a long time. Remember, I've said all of these efforts to try to rig the vote, they often backfire. They don't work the way you think they're going to work. It's not that easy to manipulate the electorate. You often get backlashes or, counterintuitive results.
Right. Or front lashes.
What's a front lash?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just made that up.
Oh. Maybe the Merriam-Webster will pick it up.
Should I call them?
Yeah.
Hi, I'd like to speak with Merriam-Webster. Hello? Nothing.
Didn't answer, huh?
No.
Said it didn't pick up your front lash.
People don't even use they just use online dictionaries now. People don't even have physical dictionaries anymore.
I don't either.
Well, that's my
Have
point.
to admit. I don't have a physical dictionary. I don't have a physical phone book.
Nope.
Oh, I just heard your dog.
Yeah, he just moved. My dog moves.
He moved
I mean,
first
think
time
about
in
it.
2 hours.
If you're trying to look up a word, instead of flipping through it, you just click, boom,
Yep.
you have the definition.
Are there still phone books even in existence?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably, huh?
My Nana has, I mean, for a long time. I don't know if she still does, but like
I haven't seen a phone book
up
in a long
until
time.
over 95% of the vote is now
All
in, they're
right, I
saying.
think we can shut it down at this
Okay.
point. They're not going to update if they're over 95, and
Yeah,
it's still 1.4%, 80,000 votes.
right. Let's see. I just want to see if
Just see a few of these.
yeah, Fairfax is
Yeah,
over
Fairfax is in
95. Henrico's at 82. Richmond's still at 60.
60. Yeah,
Let's see. Shenandoah is still at 55.
there's no votes there.
No votes. The Augusta is the only real no with any sort of votes, and even that's not going to change anything really.
No.
All right, folks. Whoop, something. No. Okay. All right, folks. This was our live coverage. Let me try that again. Okay, folks. This was our.
Go ahead. I'm
why'd
encouraging
Oh,
you.
you're encouraging me. Okay, folks. This was our live coverage of the 2026 special redistricting election in Virginia. The yeses have won. Over 95% of the vote is now in. The yeses have won. That means Virginia will be redistricted. In layman's terms, this is probably a win for the Democrats, probably a loss for the Republicans. Dad, what are your final words to the people?
You know, Republicans can whine all they want about breaking the so-called bipartisan consensus in Virginia. But Trump declared war on the Democrats. He said, we're going to do something you should never do. Redistrict in the middle of a decade, not right after the election, the census, solely for the purpose of giving Republicans a partisan advantage. Democrats are simply responding to what Trump has started. As I said, a lot of these efforts to rig elections, like what Trump was endeavoring, often have a backlash, and that's tough. We don't like it. It's not good policy, but we cannot, if you believe in, separation of powers, we cannot tolerate another Congress headed by a toady who simply dances as a puppet to whatever the president says. That's not what the framers envisioned when they crafted our Constitution.
All right. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. We'll be back on Thursday, I guess, to do the NFL draft.
We'll see. We'll let you know.
Okay, we'll let you know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Wow, that was quite a marathon.